Hello, my name is Emy SP1. Now, I'm almost certain that everyone in here has been betrayed by either a friend, family member, or a romantic interest. And while there are many definitions of betrayal and different types, one common among both teenagers and adults are when people change depending upon who's around them. And this happens in all types of relationships: platonic, social, romantic, and when being overlooked or chosen over someone else multiple times can damage a person's view on relationships to come. Being a girl, I had experienced this in middle school when people chose to be friends with the popular crowd rather than me. I also experienced this when my friends started dating and they began choosing their significant others over me. And while there's nothing you can do about people's actions towards you, you're able to learn and distinguish who's really there for you and who is just using. Today, I will summarize Aesop's fable, The Goat Herd and the Wild Goats, to demonstrate the consequence of treating people badly and then sharing a similar personal experience. However, I will be speaking in context of the person being treated badly. To begin, I would like to focus on Aesop's fable, The Goat Herd and the Wild Goats. And this is an uncommon fable, so I'm going to summarize. So according to Aesop Fables and aesopfables.com on August 29th, 2021, Aesop tells the story of the goat herd where he sheltered his own goats and wild goats in a fold one night. And he fed his own goats barely enough while feeding the wild goats significantly more to entice them. The wild goats fled the scene as soon as they were released because noted in Fables of Aesop on November 22nd, 2013, you treated us better than the goats you had so long that it is plain that you would prefer any who followed better than ourselves. The goat herd felt that the wild goats were being inconsiderate, but the wild goats had acknowledged the wrong behavior of the goat herd and ran away. The moral of Aesop's fable, The Goat Herd and the Wild Goats, is that you shouldn't treat old friends badly for the sake of new ones because it can ruin both new and current friendships. Now let's take a look at my personal experience. I became friends with a girl that I worked with last summer, and she went to a different school than me, but had a lot in common. She had a boyfriend at the time and a best friend, but her best friend wasn't that great of a friend to her. So when the school year began, I tried to include her more in stuff with my friends and spend more time with her. Although none of this mattered when her and her boyfriend broke up. It was like while she was in that relationship, I was her only friend. But then as soon as they broke up, she became closer to people at her school, forgetting about me. She began putting her time and effort into people at her school rather than me, and I had learned that she had only wanted to be my friend when it was convenient for her and when she needed me there. While things will never be the same with us, it's awkward because she's still trying to make an effort now that all of her friends are away at college. And while my story is not necessarily describing me as the goat herd, it shows the consequence the goat herd had to face with the wild goats as well as his own goats. Through the retelling of Aesop's fable and my own experience, while there's nothing you can do about people's actions towards you, you're able to learn and distinguish who is there for you. This is an inevitable situation for everyone, which allows you to recognize the people who are just using you, and the way in which you respond determines your strength. So I encourage all of you to look for subtle signs and remove fake people from your life. Thank you. Are there any questions? Thank you.